Hey everyone, last March, this road, Route 5, Riverdale Street, West Springfield, was flooding. And now we're going to take a look to see if there's any issues. This is the heaviest rain of the year. We've had 3 inches so far in the past few hours. You see all the puddles I'm going through? This road is a piece of crap. There's like low spots everywhere. Very easy to hydroplane. So we're gonna take a look at the culverts. There was flooding that kept happening at this underpass consistently for 10 years straight, and the DOT knew exactly why it was happening, and they even admitted it on camera. Oh, it's the beaver dam. So after doing that video, they removed the beaver dam. I had to go over their head to the governor's office. It has not flooded since. The beavers tried to rebuild it a few times, but the DOT has been proactive at dismantling it before it becomes a problem. I've checked on it a handful of times. Every single time, the beaver dam is very small or gone. They keep removing it. So we're gonna take a look at that to see what's happening. Those are really big culverts. Immediately down from them, there's some undersized ones I want to take a look at that are probably flooding over the street with this amount of rain. There's nothing you can do about that other than put bigger culverts in, and I know they did not do that. I didn't see cars splashing, so I don't think the road is flooded. All right, last March was the time this flooded. What happened was the beavers blocked the culvert to this little stream right here in the woods, and it flooded through these woods onto this street. There was probably a good six inches of water in this road, and it didn't go away after the rain. It stayed flooded until that stream went back down. It was probably an 8-hour flood here. So the DOT put a bunch of signs up that said flooding ahead. Now this right here, the river was using this road to come back down on the other side of the culvert back to its bed. Okay, there's no flood here. This drain often clogs also. You saw the big puddle on the left? The drainage ditch is kind of jammed up with debris. Now you go right here. All right, there's no flood there. These culverts are not at capacity because there's really big culverts underneath the highway. I would probably say they're at least 6 by 4 feet big, but under this road, they're only 3 foot diameter, not very big. So it's very easy for them to become over capacity. But there's even smaller ones. We're gonna go down a couple side streets. There's always a flood there. I really hate this road. I missed my turn, and now I have to drive an entire mile in this direction because you see every single light says no U-turn here for some reason. You gotta drive a mile, then you gotta drive 2 miles back and do that U-turn again. It's such a pain. Okay. 15 minutes later. Yep, I was right. And there's a whole bunch of it. Look at that flood right down here. I knew it would be flooded. Look at it. Oh, look at the size of that Whirlpool. It's gotta have a diameter of 12 feet. We gotta get out and look at that. Pull in this parking lot, get out and have ourselves a look. People asked me in my last video, because this must not be a common sign, thickly settled means there's a lot of people living in a small area. There's a lot of buildings, a lot of people around. Okay. Hope my light's enough to see this. That's the drain. Look how, oh, actually my hand being here kind of, what did I do? Oh, that's cool. I never knew that before. My hand. I can use it like a mirror for the light. That's kind of cool. Look, no hand, hand. That's kind of cool. I don't care if I get my shoes wet. Look at that thing. That is really nice. The culverts can't handle it. Look at this. It's going right over. And you notice the fence is missing. We were here in the spring and we could really see that. Lesson 1, make sure the grate's there. Yep, it's sturdy. It's there. It's there. It's not clogged. But this is the diameter-wise, it's not the most powerful Whirlpool I've seen, but diameter-wise, that thing is so big. The biggest Whirlpool I've ever seen compared to my foot. Wow. But that's not the only drain. You can't see the other drains because the flow is so much, but there's like an excessive amount of drains that we saw in the last video. Whoa, this is a lot of current. Wow. Back up a little. Can't really see too well with the camera in wide angle. Wide angle doesn't work at night for some reason. Look at the rapids going over here. Trying to adjust my settings to try and make this a little brighter. That's about as best it's gonna get. And look at the invasive knotweed. Actually, this is a good angle right here. Biggest Whirlpool I've ever seen. Too bad this didn't happen with some daylight. So much current. Oh, look at this. It kind of wants to push me if I jump up and I don't have any traction. So let's look down a little ways. Look at a drainage canal. All right, had enough of this. But that's cool. Despite how much rain we had today, couldn't find any flooded streets. The DOT's been doing a good job of keeping up with that. Ordinarily, I would say never drive through a flooded street, but that's only if it's unknown. This one I just inspected it. When you have water crossing like this, there could be erosion. If there was just water going across the street, there's no guarantee the road is still there. I just got out and inspected it. This whole thing is like a concrete structure. It can't just wash out like that. That's one great big whirlpool there. This is actually a great angle with my headlights. Hey, you saw that piece of wood I just picked up? Every single piece of wood you see swirling around, they're beaver chewed. This storm wrecked a beaver's house. I just got out for a size comparison. Water's only like 4 inches deep. We can go across it. Woohoo. we are again. You see, that's some swift current right there. Can't see the Whirlpool from this angle. But I know there's like at least 6 drains on this small overpass. But only one of them has current because the bushes are blocking the flow. Over here, you just can't see it. Okay, now, here's a little lesson and explain why the drains are working. Because last time I filmed this, somebody tried to tell me, obviously the culverts are clogged if it's going down the drain into the culvert and out the other side. Now here's a picture I'm going to show you on the screen, and this is going to explain why. Alright, a culvert has to be siphoning to be coming out the exit the same amount that it's coming in. So what that means is, even if these things, I'm sure there's something on them, but even if they were completely open, water would still be able to be accepted in the middle of the culvert where it's starting to break, as this arrow right here indicates. It's starting to break, so it's allowing more water in, as in the drains that are on top of the road. And also, there's 2 culverts under here, and there's also a flat wall that a lot of the water's slamming into. It's not even directing it into the culverts, so that's kind of slowing it down. There's a big bottleneck also. All right, we gotta move. Time to move. There's a car coming. Check it out, everyone. This is Northampton, Route 5. This is the worst bridge I've ever seen in Massachusetts. The columns are no longer holding it up. They have metal, or they have wood pilings stacked, holding this bridge up. Yeah, I'm gonna get out and show you. There's not much traffic at this hour. This is what I was talking about. That's not the worst one. I just gotta wait a minute for a few cars. This bridge is so bad, and the worst thing is, it's right next to the DOT's office. They even park some of their vehicles underneath it to keep it out of the rain. Just gotta wait a couple more cars. I want to show you the wood pilings that are holding this thing up in a few locations. This thing is so close to failure. Take a look at this. Look what's holding up the bridge. Look at that. They have wood pilings holding it up because the supports are so damaged. But I gotta show you the worst support. Danger. Alright. Sorry I had to do this at night. Can't do it during the day. There's too much traffic. Look at this one. So much damage up there. Found it. I knew there was one that was so bad. Look at this one. I'm sure there's still a ton of structural strength there, because this one doesn't have pilings. I don't know why the one over there has pilings. It actually looks perfect. But still, some of the worst I've seen. Why aren't they replacing this? I don't even think there's any plans of even replacing it. But this bridge is built differently. It doesn't have slats of wood to stop concrete, because this one has some metal decking on the bottom. No concrete can get through it. Check it out, this is something I learned. If I put my hand right here, it like uses my, it's like I can use my hand as like a mirror, see that? The light reflects off my hand, look at that. All right, that's it I wanted to show. What the? Look at this. Really, they couldn't find dirt? You see how they dug this up to get to the pipes? They just, instead of putting dirt here so grass can grow, they just fill it with concrete. What is wrong with them? Thanks for watching.